welcome to our Tuesday night live video where we are live every single Tuesday right here on the channel. Tonight, I'm excited to talk to you about this one because, you know, as a former fluffy person, there's a lot of things that I was deceived about. And when I say deceived, like a lot of times it was no one deceiving me. I was just deceived in my own brain. And so tonight we're going to talk about healthy foods that some of them are healthy, like legitimately healthy fats, all of that. Some of them the world tells us they're healthy, but these are healthy foods that can sabotage your weight loss journey, your weight loss efforts, your diet that you're on. And I have a list of 12 of them that for me, I can remember, like when I found this out, I was like, no way. Like, no wonder. No wonder I was fluffy. No wonder everything I did never worked. And so I have a list of 12 that I'm going to give to you. And, you know, also, I think a lot of us know people too. Like, listen, I was a fluffy girl that didn't eat healthy. Like, legitimately just didn't eat healthy. I know there's overweight people that, like, most of us think we eat healthier than we do. But I know there are people that have extra weight on them that legitimately eat good foods, but there is such a thing as eating too much of a good thing. Like you can become overweight by eating too many healthy foods. And so these lists of things here on this 12, some of them you should just avoid while losing weight, and others of them you just got to be very careful and make sure you're tracking, because at the end of the day, no matter how healthy you are eating, if you're eating, like, all foods are made up of calories. And calories are, we eat calories because they're energy. They're designed to give us energy. But if we're eating more calories, if we're taking in more energy than what we're using, then our body turns that extra energy into fat. All right, so that's your science lesson for tonight. Anyway, all right, so our list, by the way, if you have not joined our growing community here on YouTube, make sure to do so. Smash the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our content, any of our videos, any of our announcements, any of our healthy recipes, all the things. All right, so number one on the list, and these are in no particular order. This is just how I wrote them down and how there is avocado. Avocado. This little guy. Oh, you know, avocado. As a kid, I didn't think I liked it because it was green and mushy. It kind of looked like baby food consistency. But I can remember one time in Mexico, we went to some island in the Caribbean, and they made like this big batch of like homemade guacamole. And I had some on a chip, and I was like, this is good. And I went on to eat like guacamole. I was like, whoa, what have I been missing my whole life? But check it. So one avocado has approximately 322 calories inside of an avocado. Okay, so if you eat half of an avocado on your salad, because let's just be honest, that's a meal. What, but who's gonna, like, you know, I see people putting half of an avocado on their salad. They'll make guacamole. Like for my family, I have to use 5 or 6 avocados for guacamole because they'll just eat it. It's yummy. It's got a lot of healthy fats in it, but that has to be done in moderation. And so it's just being aware that even though avocado is a healthier item, you can eat way too many of them. I just thought of another one okay, I'm gonna give you a bonus 13. All right, so avocado, lots of calories. And at the end of the day, if you eat too many calories, you're gonna gain weight. That's just a simple of it. Doesn't matter how healthy the calories are. If you eat too many, you're gonna gain weight. All right, so that's number one. Number two, this one makes me very sad. Nuts. So nuts, I can remember like going to get healthy, and I would go to the grocery store to buy my healthy foods inside of my cart, and I would get like a thing of nuts, right? And I would just get a handful out of nuts and eat them, right? I'm thinking it's just a handful, like that can't be, you know, they're healthy, they got good fats, all the things. Well, one day after I started losing weight and I started measuring my food, I went to get a handful of nuts, and I thought, I wonder how many servings this is. In my handful of nuts, it was almost 650 calories in my handful of nuts, because like a serving of cashews, a quarter cup is 160 calories. Well, in a big handful, I can that's like three quarters to a cup I can fit in my hand of nuts. So I had like 600 calories, and I would just routinely grab a handful of nuts and go eat them. A handful of nuts, and sometimes I'd come back and get a little more. Well, if you're trying to lose weight and you're on a 1,200 calorie diet, a handful of nuts can be 30 to 50% of your entire caloric intake for the day. And so listen, nuts are, they're good fats, but as far as the bang for your buck, just be careful with them. And if you're going to eat them, measure them out, because they absolutely can sabotage your weight loss. 100% can sabotage your weight loss. And when you look at how many calories are in 10 cashews, you can have so many other foods that are going to fill you up for the same amount of volume of food, but way less calories. And so the third thing, and this one you should really just probably avoid, juice. Again, used to think juice was so healthy. I wound up with pre-diabetes with both of my first two children. So I had to go take this health class and be educated on, pre-diabetic and what to eat and all that. And I got there, and on the way to my pre-diabetes class, I went through McDonald's and I got a sausage biscuit with an orange juice. I thought, oh, I'm going to my pre-diabetes class. I probably shouldn't have a diet soda. Let me get some orange juice. I was so nutritionally retarded. I was so nutritionally, I didn't know. I was so I lacked knowledge with nutrition, okay? And so I went to McDonald's. I got the orange juice. I got the whatever it was, my sausage biscuit, and I get to the class and they're testing all of our blood sugars. Well, they get over to me and they test my blood sugar, and they're like, Carmen, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. We might have to take you to the hospital. What is going on? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you're really elevated. What did you eat this morning? And I'm like, I had this and this, and I had orange juice. They were like, oh, this is why. And so listen, orange juice, not good, and it lacks, sorry, I just kicked the camera. And orange juice lacks all of the things that you really need, the fiber of the fruit. And so don't do the juice, do the fruit. If you want orange juice, just eat the orange. If you want apple juice, just eat the apple. If you want, pineapple juice, just eat the pineapple. It's going to be less calories, much better for you. Avoid the freaking juice. Avoid the juice. Number 4, peanut butter. Peanut butter. 1 tablespoon is 100 calories. 2 tablespoons is 190 to 200 calories, depending on the brand. And again, it's super easy to overdo it. It's super easy. And these are the little tiny things that can sabotage your weight loss. I've seen people doing 90% of everything right, 10% wrong, and all of a sudden it's like they're not losing weight, they're stuck, they're frustrated, because it's these little tiny things that are sabotaging their weight loss. Number 5, restaurant salads. Restaurant salads. You know what's shocking? If you actually, I'm not talking about a skinny salad on the restaurant menu, I'm talking about the average restaurant salad, the way they prepare it, has typically the same amount of calories as a burger. No exaggeration. I can remember we were at this one particular restaurant and I'm like, oh, I'll get something healthy. I was going to get a salad. The salad had more calories than the macaroni and cheese entree did. So restaurant salads, so often we choose a restaurant salad thinking we're making a better choice, and there's just as many, if not more, calories in a restaurant salad as there is in a cheeseburger. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? And so can definitely set, if you're going to a restaurant thinking you're ordering a salad, and a lot of the salad is, and lots of times you can have them hold the dressing, because a lot of your calories are in the dressing and in the cheese. So you can have them keep the cheese off. You can have them put the dressing on the side. You can have them bring you some apple cider vinegar, some balsamic vinegar. I mean, you can make it healthy at a restaurant. Certainly, you're typically going to have to customize it. Unless you're at the Cheesecake Factory, they have amazing giant salads for not a lot of calories. When we were losing weight, that was a favorite place for me to go on date night, because I could get the salad. It's, 350 to 600 calories, and they are big, ginormous, filling. All right. Number 6, Some of the yogurts you can get at the store. Not all yogurts, because they do have a lot of healthy yogurts, but a lot of the yogurts with the fruit in the bottom and all the things, like they have all these fancy schmancy yogurts, like my kids like this Noosa yogurt, and it is high in calories. Like it's got so many calories. So again, when you're looking at these healthy foods, you need to be aware of calories, because weight loss, you can never out eat a bad diet, no matter how much you're working out. And if you are eating more calories than your body's burning, you're not going to lose weight. You're going to gain weight. And it's just really that simple. All right. Number 7, red wine. So I recently had a client tell me, well, Carmen, I'm going to have some red wine because it's healthier than tequila. And they were trying to lose weight. And I just looked at her and I said, oh, honey, I said, if you're trying to lose weight, like you've got to just cut out the alcohol. You've got to cut it out, ditch it, just like wherever you're starting with your weight loss journey and wherever you want to go, the fastest way to get there is a straight line. And alcohol, your body, alcohol literally halts. It stops the weight loss process. Like it stops it in its tracks. And so if you're trying to lose weight and actually your metabolism, when your body takes alcohol, it treats it like a poison. So immediately starts, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. It stops processing all the rest of your foods and it starts trying to get this alcohol out. And so it stalls. It does nothing good for your weight loss journey. And so if you're trying to lose weight, if you like to have cocktails, if you like to have drinks, just put it on pause, put it on hold until you get to your goal, and then you can resume. You can actually add some alcohol back in and still maintain your weight. You can have 6 to 8 drinks a week and still maintain a healthy weight doing that. And so alcohol, red wine. Number 8, seeds, like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, all the seeds. A quarter cup is 150, a tiny little bitty amount is 150 calories. Like they are super high in calories. So again, be really careful with seeds. Very careful with seeds. Number 9, smoothies. Smoothies. And this one's kind of back in the day. There was a tropical fruit smoothie cafe right by one of my offices. And this was in my fluffy days. And again, I was not nutritionally wise. I did not know a lot about nutrition. I didn't. I thought I did. And I thought a tropical fruit smoothie with all these fruits was like a good thing. But do you know the average smoothie has 300 to 400 calories? It can actually have up to 600 or 700. Like the only time a smoothie is a good idea if it's a meal. If you are having a smoothie for a meal, okay, fine. That's fine. I still not great, not amazing. But a smoothie for a snack, tropical fruit smoothie, the smoothie was like this big. So it was like 600-700 calories and a smoothie. And this was just like an extra snack, right? And so anyway, smoothies, totally. If you are getting a smoothie regularly and you're thinking it's healthy, it can totally make you gain weight or sabotage your weight loss. All right. So that's number 9. Number 10, granola. Oh, granola. It's so delicious. It's so not good for you. It's so high in calories. And even when my kids were little, my first one especially, my second one right after we had her is when I started losing weight. And in the very beginning of that, I still was not super good with nutrition, but I started researching. I started looking at calories. I started being aware. And in the beginning, my son, our littlest one, I would get granola and I would add it to, I would buy bags of it at the grocery store, Sprouts, and it was so yummy. And I would add it to some of his yogurt, right? Some Greek yogurt. I'm thinking this is really good. I'm mom win. I'm doing good in that department. And then I started oh my gosh, this stuff has a lot of calories. Holy guacamole. Wow. I'm giving my kid a 500 calorie breakfast and he's 1. This thing I thought I was doing good. I totally wasn't. And of course, I just never gave him their granola. I had some of the granola too because the stuff is so dang good. And so anyway, granola, super high in calories. Even when you get it homemade and it's got all the good things in it, it's delicious. But all these foods are super sneaky when it comes to calories. And if you want to keep it low on the calories, it's going to be a tiny little amount. Okay. So it's really weighing. Okay. I love granola. So is it worth the calorie trade-off? That's something you have to decide. Number 11, and this one is not healthy at all, but a lot of us think that it is. Dried fruit. Dried fruit. Super high in calories, not healthy. They put sugar in it. And again, like I, as a mother, would buy dried mango, dried banana chips. And I wasn't buying it because it was convenient. I was buying it thinking I was getting a healthy snack for my kids. No, just get the strawberries. Just now, if you're freeze-dried is different, but just regular dried fruit that you buy in the bags that's, like, like the dried pineapple, none of it's good for you. It's super high in calories. And as a mother, I used to buy it. My kids would eat it. I would eat it. Thought I was winning at the whole mom thing. I mean, I'm not saying if you're buying dried fruit for your kids, you're a bad mother. What I'm saying is I was trying to be intentional about good foods because I struggled with a weight issue and I didn't want my kids to have that. So here I thought I was doing something to help me get towards my goal, and I wasn't. What I should have been doing is just buying the fruit and packing that. That would have been a much better choice for me or my kids than the dried fruit. Number 12, zero sugar foods. Zero sugar foods. Listen, the diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they have figured out that all of us that want to lose weight, they figured out certain terminology and certain things that we will buy without even looking at the nutrition label. And I had no idea I never really got into the 0-calorie chocolates and all of that. But we were on a girls trip one year, and one of my girlfriends that was with us, she bought this giant bag of Russell Stover's 0 sugar chocolates. It was sweetened with stevia, and it was like this, like supposed to be this healthy, chocolate replacement for candy bars, kind of. And it was this big bag, and they had like caramels and turtles and peanut butter cups and all the things. And so one of my girlfriends who was trying to lose weight, I noticed that every time I was around her, she kept buying these bags of these Russell Stover sugar-free chocolates. And one day, it's like every time, she had them everywhere. It was like, and all of a sudden I said to her, I said, you do know, like those chocolates, those 0 sugar chocolates are the same amount of calories because one day in the store, I went to the grocery aisle and I picked up the bag of regular ones and the 0 sugar ones. Do you know they were the same freaking amount of calories? The same amount of calories. Same thing with candy corn. They have the all natural, no sugar candy corn, and then it's all pale in color. And then they have the bright orange food coloring, all the sugar candy corn. You turn them over, same amount of calories, but they figured out how to market to us people who are trying to be health conscious. Okay. And so I said to her, I said, you know that the same amount of calories, right? And she's like, nah, like these are healthy ones. These are like, aren't they? I said, no, honey. And so we pulled up and she like, literally the look on her face was like, I just peed in her Cheerios. It was like, wait, what? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Like how? How is this possible? And so, yeah, 0 sugar foods. When they put 0 sugar right on the bag of candy, it's marketing. It's probably true. I'm not saying they're lying, but when it comes to calories and health and weight loss, it's not helping us. It's sabotaging us, okay? And the last 13th one that I thought of that I've seen so many people, when I have a client and we're going through the food they're eating and we're looking at it, I see so many people trying to eat healthy that, again, just overeat on these dates. Dates! I had a friend, and every time she used to come over, she would bring dates with her. And she was always trying to lose weight, but she was always struggling with her up and down weight loss and the roller coaster. But like she'd be over for an evening and she'd be snacking on dates. And she would we'd be eating popcorn and she'd be eating dates. Like we had more popcorn, but she had more calories because she was eating the dates. She'd eat a whole container of them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did you add up how many calories were in that? And so all these healthy foods that we've been sold are healthy. Some of them are healthy. Some of them we've just been sold are healthy. Can sabotage your weight loss if you're not eating them in the right quantities. And if you, like for me, if I would have watched this video 9 years ago, most of these were on my list. Because like I don't know. I knew I was overweight, but there was seasons I didn't want to be overweight. There was seasons I would try to eat better. There was seasons I would go to the grocery store and try to make good decisions. But I was making the mistake with so many of these. I was buying some of them that were healthy and just overeating on them, and then buying some of them that weren't healthy thinking they were. And so just start being aware, start watching, start tracking what goes in your body. At the end of the day, weight loss is simple. It's about eating less calories, being in a calorie deficit, eating less calories than your body's burning. If you eat more calories than what you're burning, you're gonna store that as fat. If you're eating less calories, then your body's gonna go into your fat stores and use that as energy. So your body will actually start eating your fat, burning your fat, you'll be losing weight. So if you're consistently gaining weight or you're not losing weight, you're eating too many calories. Not necessarily too much food, because if you're eating some of these foods, you can have a little bit of food and a lot of calories. When I started losing weight, I actually ate a bigger quantity of food, like more food, because when you're eating healthy, you can eat, when you're eating the right things, when you're eating vegetables, when you're eating lean meats, you can eat more for less calories. When you're eating the wrong foods, the high fat foods, and the wrong quantities, you're eating less, but more calories. Does that make sense? And so anyway, happy Tuesday. We've got some really exciting cooking shows coming up. Like, I'm just telling you, I was making out our schedule for the next 8 weeks, and we've got some really, really exciting things. We got a vegan potato cheddar soup coming up. We've got a papita pork encrusted tenderloin coming at you. We've got a sheet pan pizza we're gonna be making that, like, high in protein, will feed the whole family. 8 servings, 4 slices, only like 350 calories. Like, we've got some chocolate muffins that you can have for breakfast, healthy ones. They have a secret hidden ingredient I'm not going to tell you. But so if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. You're not going to want to miss some of these amazing recipes, plus the tips that are right here on the channel to help you with your weight loss journey, help you eat better, feel better, look better, and actually reach your health goals. And so thank you so much for watching. We will see you next Tuesday, same time, same place.